Hello friends, get ready for progressive dictation. Okay, start. Mr. Chavan announced a variety of concessions, incentives and tax reliefs amounting to rupees 318 crores on the customs and excise side aimed at export promotion, modernization of industry, efficient import substitution and enhanced investment in agro-based industries. All these are growth-oriented proposals and I welcome them. How can anybody say that there is no growth-oriented program in this budget? Only Palkiwalas can say that perhaps I do not know para. And here welcome feature on the budget is the incentives given to small savings which plays a significant role in resource mobilization. A new savings certificate series 8 will carry an interest of 12%. I think this is the highest interest available for any investment in this country, and this would be eligible for tax exemption. Another proposal is the equity linked savings scheme which will operate through the Unit Trust of India. These are very good proposals made for the purpose of resource mobilization para. The net additional revenue from direct taxes would be rupees 530 crores and from indirect taxes it is rupees 750 crores, of which the central share will be only rupees 373 crores para. The gap between the revenues from these two sources of tax has become narrow, but it should be further narrowed down so that the burden on the common people is progressively reduced. Looking at the budget from other angles, I find that the revenue receipts through tax and non-tax sources have been increasing every passing year. It is encouraging, but the capital receipts have remained more or less static over the years. I do not know why. This is not a very healthy sign. A much more vigorous effort is needed to improve the situation in this regard. Why should capital receipts remain static? The revenue receipts are increasing. Good, very good, welcome. But capital receipts remain static. Why? I do not know. This should be looked into para. It has also been noticed that the non-plan expenditure estimated for 1989-1990 is not far from double the estimated plan expenditure. This is a wholly unhealthy trend. Government must make all possible efforts to cut down non-plan expenditure so that much more allocations can be made for the plans, which alone will lead to development and progress para. The overall budgetary deficit continues to cause concern to Parliament as well as to the people of the country. Personally, I am not worried. Our highest deficit so far was rupees 8,060 crores in 1986-87 when Mr. VP Singh was the finance minister, and in 1987-1988 it was rupees 5,800 crores, and in the current year rupees 7,900 crores is the revised estimate of deficit. Stop. If you like this dictation, then please subscribe my channel. Thank you.